My name is Claudette Bernard. Welcome to St. Charlie's Politic. During this first program of the season, we will provide an overview of the national politics situation in the country start. We will see their globalities issue in the campaign start. We will then meet Alex Spector, the outgoing Prime Minister and leader of the Socialist list for the general election of January 2015. After, we analyze the latest political year in the territories. We will follow an interview with the candidate for the deputy leader, Adlan Strux. But first, the overview of the political situation.
2014 has been a year with many changes in St. Charlie. In this article, we will try to remember the most important events of 2014. In January, the NSP was confirmed as major party of St. Charlie, and Spector was confirmed Prime Minister with LVC as deputy. At the time, Beninati was Minister of Federal Affairs, Reinhardt, First Ambassador, and Guariberti, Chief of the Armed Force. The NPSC was ruled by Meyak Ansk, and his deputy was Papadopoulos. President of the Republic was at that time James Lunam. Disagreements between the government and the president were new news, and in February, a new president of the Republic had to be elected. Spector and his party were clear that no support would be given to Lunam if he wanted to run again. For this reason, and since Lunam himself knew that for the peace between institutions, he decided not to run. The NSP had various names for presidency. The first of all, LVC. The NPSC was undecided, but at the last minute, Reinhardt decided to be the national candidate, and so both parties voted for the founder of St. Charlie. Certainly a success for everyone. After that, in summer 2014, the government planned to involve more citizens and open new federations. The Prime Minister decided to change Chief of the Armed Forces due to the inactivity of Guariberti. So, Beninati became Commander of the Armed Forces and Director for the State Security, while Belfort became Minister of Federal Affairs. A strong discussion took place between Spector and Lunam that accused the Prime Minister to have changed the ministers to have the majority in the council that had to decide if new federations could join or not St. Charlie. After that, Lunam resigned and revoked his citizenship and went to Lancashire. Calandrini was nominated First Ambassadress, a woman for the first time. In summer, St. Charlie participated to a meeting with Catimondo, where LVC and Calandrini represented the government. Spector, Revan and Belford went to Amsterdam to meet Denis Tescan. Various events were held in St. Charlie, like the Caprica Prize and the St. Charlie Expo 2014. In September, a new province in Atlantis, Saint-Castin, led new citizens in politics and in the media. A new website for St. Charlie and new managed Facebook pages, greater consistency for private and public media, and more in general, a major computerization and online presence of St. Charlie. St. Charlie was captured by the Scottish referendum and both institutions and citizens had opinions and followed the news for Scotland. In late 2014, a change in the leadership of both parties, with the departure of Meyak Ansk, Papadopoulos became leader and Strauss is deputy. In the NSP, Belford replaced Alvisi. Now, we are in political campaign for Decision 2015.
Let's continue with Atlan Strauss.
I'm currently with Atlan Strauss, Minister of Finance and Deputy Leader of the National Party. How are you, Atlan Strauss?
I'm fine, thank you.
Why St-Charlians should vote for NPSC?
I think that the Saint-Charlians should vote for my party, the National Party, because it is a very strong institution and it is also very old since it was the first party to be founded together with the Socialist Party. And along the past years, many valid people have joined our party, and most of them are still present. Moreover, I think we are a very strong bulwark for the ideals we believe in.
What do you think about the lack of activity of the NPSC?
I think that it is a severe problem of our party, but in the last weeks we tried to fix the problem involving new people to join the party and to work for it. In fact, at this election we have a new candidate governor for Torpendente. Luckily, the people of the National Party do not give up easily.
What do you think about the current government where you served as Minister of Finance?
I think that the current socialist government is a very valid one. I serve the government by helping in some reforms and giving my opinion to Prime Minister Specter about several topics and of course also about finance. There has been a strong collaboration between the parties.
What would do a national government during the next months following a victory of the party?
In the case that my party wins the elections, I think that we will not throw away all the good work that has been done in the past governments, but we will try to improve what's already done and to push our ideals and to make reforms mainly on the financial point of view and also for what concerns domestic affairs. I think that it's also obvious to point out that we will continue collaborating with the new Socialist Party to make new laws and reforms.
But why Rigas Papadopoulos?
Rigas is an important presence in the National Party of Centrali, and I think that the role of Prime Minister will fit him quite well. I also speak to him quite often to decide the point of view of the party and what to do in these important weeks.
What is the plan of the deputy leader for the next weeks?
Well, in the next weeks I will focus on the electoral campaign and also about the first laws that I will propose to the parliament if I were elected as deputy prime minister. I think that my first law proposals will concern homeland security and also immigration and economy, as it is the field that I am most expert on.
Thank you very much, Atlan Strauss. Here's Ghislain Desrosiers for CRBS Saint-Castin.
Now, let's meet Alex Spector.
Hi, I'm currently with Alex Spector, Prime Minister, leader of the NSP from Caprica in Atlantis. How are you, Alex Spector?
I'm great, thanks.
Why St. Charlians should vote for NSP?
Well, I think there are various reasons why the citizens should vote for the NSP. First of all, we lifted up St. Charlie that in 2012 was going down with too few activities. Our goal was to improve and renew St. Charlie and to reactivate the nation where possible. And we are all very proud of what we have done and what we have achieved. And St. Charlians saw in these 2 years of government that we are reliable.
What do you think about the NPSC?
Well, the National Party played a main role in the St. Charlian history. Today, unfortunately, is in serious trouble, and as we could, we try to help them because democracy have to be made together. Now the New Socialist Party has nothing to envy to the National Party, but in the past they have proven that they have very capable people, and I hope they can come back in force in a short time.
What do you think about the current government where you served as Prime Minister of St. Charlie?
It's a great team. Obviously, part of the government I have inherited it in 2013 from the old guard, but I'm seeing with great pleasure that new people can be added to our team. And it's good because it means that there are still people interested, and especially for the front row of St. Charlie.
Do you think that a third mandate is too much?
I think that the citizens have to decide. I will not be the first, and the energy and desire to work isn't gone yet.
Do you think that candidacy at such high level should be eliminated?
No, I think that as long we are a small community, we must not give limits to the will of the people to make a contribution nor to elect a candidate.
What should do a re-elected NSP government during the next months following a victory of the party?
Continue what we are doing. Obviously, there will be many changes as every year. St. Charlie changes, and we have to be able to change for the needs we have to deal with. We began a long journey, and there are things you can do in one term and things that you need more time to do. But as we always shown, we keep our promises, and our second term is already a proof of this.
But tell me why. Why Santi Belfort and not Zoni or Halvisi?
Well, we assume that there was an internal party election to decide who should have the role of deputy leader of the party. I believe that the party has chosen a new name, but with experience. And this is Belfort, a middle way between Halvisi and Zoni.
What is the plan of the Prime Minister for the next weeks?
First of all, as always, it is my intention to review the government team, see who is available to continue and who can be replaced for the best of the nation. Train and bond with colleagues in the General Assembly and propose a strong and capable name as President of the Parliament. After that, go ahead and do our duty.
Thank you very much, Alex Spector. This was Ghislain Desrosiers for CRBS Saint-Castin.
This was St. Charlie's Politics. See you next week.